episode 4 of Street Talk. It's gone like that. And here we are in Dav's house as a change of scenery. And I wanted to showcase your Lego, which we'll zoom into a little bit later, I think, just so people can have a look at the incredible buildings, because apparently she's got another set somewhere else, other sets, which are also quite fantastic.
This is just mine
This
because
is pretty cool,
There's a lot of buildings.
especially for Tommy, because I know how much you love Lego and Roji too, so... Anyway, Dav,
Okay.
here we are. I want to say, first of all, before we start, a massive shout out to Alkis Vatopoulou. Alkis lives in Windsor.
Okay.
Okay, he is the son of my friend Karen Lopez's, of my friend Karen. He is...
I'm guessing
I can't
he's
remember
Greek?
Yeah, his dad is Greek, Kostas.
I would think so.
So yes, he's half Greek and half Janito, but his heart is here in Jib. And he loves Jib, he's very proud, so he tells everybody about Gibraltar. He loves all the Jibbo food, but there's a few things. He's a Chelsea supporter, is that good?
Está bien.
Okay, Chelsea supporter, lover of football, Nalkis. He loves reading and swimming. He loves cakes from his uncle Angelo, who owns a business in Jib.
I know who his uncle is. Okay.
And he loves to play jokes on people. So maybe we could get him to play a joke on someone.
And how old is Alkis?
Do you know, I think he's must be around 8, maybe 9.
Like my daughter?
Alkis, how old are you? I forgot.
Like my daughter?
Something like that. He's great fun. Anyway, he always listens to the show with his mum in the car when they're driving, because they live in Windsor, so they're driving up and down, and they have it on in the car. And Karen says, my son up at le encanta el show. Y le encanta el banter with you and Dav. So I promised him the next time we record, que vamos a hablar de Alkis.
Okay.
So, sending you lots of kisses.
If you come over, you have to be on the podcast.
Definitely, next time you come.
Eh?
And also, he wants to send a big shout out to his abuelo, Ernesto, because he loves him very much.
Oh.
And talking about little people,
Hello.
not so little,
¿Qué te pasa?
and very cool at skateboarding. Huh?
She has
I saw-
swimming. Ahora tiene swimming.
So, how did you enjoy Sevilla, Everly?
I wanted to go back.
Really?
I didn't want to.
We didn't want to leave.
You had a wonderful time.
It
It's
was
such a great
lovely.
city.
And we want to go back, but we want to go back with bicycles.
Ah.
I think your head is bigger than this.
Yes, I put them.
Pero esto es muy tight, chiquilla. Espérate.
Everly has swimming.
The perils of
So
parenthood.
do you go to swimming lessons?
Well, it's
Like a swimming club thing.
See, it's different
Okay.
levels, ¿verdad? She had an
Do you enjoy it?
assessment. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's the in Gaza.
Yeah.
It's the Tariq swim school, I think it's called, and they give you a date. They get assessed, and then by the skill level, lo meten en un class. Y está muy bien.
So, Mum.
Yes. Try on. It's too tight.
Yeah.
I told you.
It'll stop your circulation.
Yeah, te va a desmayar. So yeah, it's really good. They teach them how to do all the different strokes. Está muy bien. So she's been wanting to do swimming for a while. She's a water baby, como una buena llanita. Y mira, she's loving it so far. I think this is fine.
That's better. Excellent.
Jess, or still too tight?
Good.
Okay,
Good.
venga, go,
Mum.
go away.
Do I put my swimming costume on now?
Yes, venga,
So,
ya está.
different topics to discuss today.
Venga, yo no tengo
I
nada.
like the idea. Well, you've got that book,
Sí, para hacer
but
papel.
but guys, I
The
wanted
book!
Yes.
Can you make me notebook? Look
No,
at
the
my book. This is that last time I spoke about
Jonathan Thelma.
Teu's book, and I thought I'd show you guys because it's really fun. Está muy chulo, me encanta los colores, me encanta todo. And then, like I said, inside, dedicatoria for me. Y adentro, you've got the poems, but then some of them have, like I said, there's a guy that's done the
Oh,
illustrations.
cool. ¿De dónde salgo?
Los poemas están chulísimos, de verdad. A ver si encuentro uno bueno, porque es que me harté reír, la mayoría, si no todo, I'm not sure, en llanito. And they are so fun. El que está muy bonito es el de La Frontera, the one I told you about, that he was inspired to do. Lo de la... Aquí está, se llama Mi Pequeño Cabreo. Oh my god, I've just realized que dice a la viña por el push.
Where? On the actual
Yeah.
printed.
Oh my god!
You're even mentioned.
¡Qué pena! Escúchame, no, yo no me lo juro. Y está chulo porque it's, después there's some really funny ones. Pero
So read a bit of it.
Este dice, se llama Mi Pequeño Cabreo. Obviously yo no lo puedo leer como Jonathan, nadie puede leerlo como Jonathan o recitarlo, sorry, pero I'll do my best. Y dicen, por ejemplo, it's not very, bueno, it is very long in a way, pero
Just read a little bit.
es que me quiero leer, because there's a little bit of swearing, so es que no puedo, hay swearing por todos lados. Okay.
Well, just do a bit, doesn't matter.
Es que no.
Just does it, it's more...
Now I know that we have children listening.
Okay.
Por la primera dice, miren ustedes, aquí reunidos me van ustedes a permitir que yo exprese este cabreo que llevo dentro y me sale a veces. Si yo me paro a revivir lo que mi gente, lo que mi peña, mi peñoncito y la línea hermana en aquellos años tuvieron que sufrir. Ese total desastre, de un día para otro en el verano del 69, cuando los hippies bailaban libre por los campitos del USA. Aquí el franquito le tocó el alma que toda mi gente votó UK. Y en el desaire por el rechazo que se llevó, nos soltó. El 155, pero old school style, nos dio portazo y cerró con llave y un muro hizo de nuestros mares. Cortó los phone lines y hasta llegó a faltarnos oxígeno en hospitales. El MFR nos las lió y todo esto ni siquiera es lo peor. Ya que estamos así. Gente atrapada en cada lado, familias rotas en desamparo. Paro inmediato para 5.000. La línea en crisis, Gibraltar, cárcel, hijas que huyeron o empobrecieron y otros tantos que enloquecieron por el castigo. ¡Qué tiranía! Le puso en firme a democracia y nuestras ansias de algo más. 6 años pasaron y tiranía murió. Y aquí la gente de bien lo lloró y la gente de mejor lo celebró. Calladito, of course. Y ahí en la verja esperando, en la verja mirando, en la verja llorando. Y aquí, transición. Para todos ustedes, un mojón. Va a esperar un montón. De año tras año, otro año tras año, otro año tras año. 7 años más hasta 1982. What the F? How do you do? 13 años encarcelados en 6 kilómetros cuadrados. Y cuando la verja abrió, a media, todo el campo demacrado. De la línea hasta Tarifa, de Jimena hasta Algeciras, todo el campo un fantasma que caminaba desolado. Es historia, ya esta historia. Es historia menos mal. Aunque espero que comprendan que yo diga desde aquí que mi gente, que my people, se merecen to be free. Está perísima. A mí eso me pone...
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Really well.
Lo que pasa es que the way that he does
expressive,
it, it's
¿no?
fantastic. And then obviously esta es más seria y la cosa. Después hay alguna que te
Bueno,
harta.
Jonathan has promised que la siguiente de que esté por aquí, que va a venir and we're going to record with
Ista
him.
viene.
And this book is called
Aslam Babaluba.
Al-Slam Babaluba.
Vale? It's so
And I think you can
Aslam
get it
Bamboo,
in the
obviously.
Aslam Bamboo. You can get it in the heritage shop. So I need to get my
I've seen it
copy.
in several places, pero...
So wow, that was a brilliant poem.
Está chulísimo. He should do a reading here. Porque
He's
obviously
very
ese
good.
día que lo hizo era para
But I
amigos.
didn't even know that he was doing that. It was just like a private function that he did.
I don't know. Sé que allí había muchos amigos y mucha familia. Ahora
Sí.
si estaba abierta al público no lo sé, pero it's so much fun.
He
It's
is fun.
He
No,
is
I don't
fun.
know
He
him
is
that well,
super
but
fun.
he looks like
Es
a really
super
fun
chill.
guy.
Él es muy... Bueno, él trabaja en Madrid y vive allí y todo, pero él es Janito. Su nombre es Janito, el poeta Janito. Y es un tío muy chilled out. Él no se
He writes as Janito.
Sí,
that's his name.
Janito.
Oh, he doesn't put his name on the stuff.
Janito.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
was
reading
cool.
that.
I
You did
loved
it quite
it.
well, actually. You were quite good.
No, porque yo sé
Not
cómo él lo
bad.
hace, con que I was
Bueno,
cringing,
it's always a
pero...
bit-
Sorry, Teo.
So let's talk about a few things.
Yeah.
See what you think about this. Well, it's not to do with jib. I know you like talking about jib things, but recently in the press, they've been talking about changing the words in the Roald Dahl books because they're not politically correct.
No, ya está, it's gone back.
There's a whole, thank God, it's gone back. Ahora, what is it that people are scared to say what they really feel? I mean, how namby
Sí,
pamby.
el niño que se
Because it's
come el chocolate cake.
Porque
no se le puede decir gordo or whatever.
Bueno,
Pero, come on.
Ahora, let me give you another example, okay? Because I'm completely against changing anything that's been done before because it was done in that context in those
At
years
that
ago.
time, exactly,
At that time,
exactly.
So that goes for many other things. The same for many other things like that. But Enid Blyton wrote a bunch of stories where he called his dog the certain word that is unacceptable.
Okay.
Okay, completely unacceptable.
¿Cuál es?
The N word.
Oh.
Okay, now.
Sí, pero at the time.
Okay, but still, even if he wrote it at the time, okay, it's really wrong now. I
Why?
mean, you see, this is the thing. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to know.
Porque
Because I
alguna
had this conversation with Tommy because we've
Porque
just been in
alguna
England.
cosa sí y otra cosa
Okay,
no.
so no, it's not cosa sí, cosa no, but you have to draw a line, and that is where you draw. This is the conversation I had with my cousin Tommy.
¿Y Tommy qué dijo?
Okay, you have to draw the line that you nowadays that word you cannot use that word whether it was done.
But just because we cannot use it
Yes.
doesn't mean you can erase it from the literature.
Well, they're changing the name.
¿Qué vamos a
of the
hacer
dog.
como lo del Holocaust?
No. But you have to draw the line somewhere.
Why? The Holocaust happened.
Yes,
It was
but
horrible.
I don't think you can compare.
Why?
You can't.
Es lo mismo.
I don't think you can compare.
Why? There's people who say it never happened. The Holocaust.
That is ridiculous.
Exactly.
And anybody who has any
Eso,
two
pues
brain
lo mismo-
cells
pues lo mismo que
will
decir,
say, well, no,
es lo mismo-
it's different because
Why?
because everybody know the Holocaust happened. Everybody know
Okay.
what happened
Yes.
there. So, and those who don't accept it, that is up to them.
But do you who don't think that that book should have that word?
I don't think
can move on.
that book is good
Jog
to
on.
read to a child nowadays. I don't know. It's different. Telling somebody you're fat.
Pero it's denying it.
This is my opinion. It's not denying it.
Why not? A mí mis hijos leen Enid Blyton y ahí sale que llama al perro the N-word y a mí mis hijos me vendrían y me dirían if they are even aware of it. Porque es otra cosa.
So that's the thing.
That's another
Don't
thing.
make people aware of it.
Why?
Make children aware of it.
Why not?
Well, I don't agree.
A mí me
with that
vienen mis hijos y
entirely.
me dicen, Mom, what's that?
Well,
y yo
of
le
course
digo,
not,
pues mira,
and me,
it's this.
and me too,
And at the
and
time
me
it
too.
was used,
But I'm not gonna,
and now you cannot.
And me too. But I'm not going to sit there and read a book with that word and then say to them, oh, but by the way, you can't say that word because it's not a
I
good
do.
word. Yes, I do if it happens to happen, not when you know it's there.
So you would stop your children from enjoying
No.
los stories de
No,
Enid
no.
Blyton porque llama al perro esa palabra.
No, but no. Of course not that.
That's what you said.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that entirely. If I had the Enid Blyton book and I was reading it to them or they were reading it and they would then say, Mummy, why does it say that word? What does that word mean? And then I would explain it to them in that way.
Pero you're saying, but if you knew the word was there, no se lo lee.
No. I wouldn't. No, not
Yes.
necessarily. Am I going to give them the book?
Why not?
Knowing that word is there.
Why
maybe.
not?
I don't know. I just don't think that you need to. Well, I don't know.
What, you don't need to make them aware of what should and should not be said?
I just don't. I agree that to a certain extent, that point, getting that word out of that book and rewriting just that one word
No.
nowadays, because I think that word is abhorrent.
No.
And I don't think you can compare it to the Holocaust or not.
Ah, no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Of course you can.
Because
It's hurting someone.
Yeah.
It's bothering someone.
It's just a word that if somebody says it in a conversation, I heard this word in a conversation recently, okay? Somebody that I know came and said something about somebody who was,
the N-word.
and my husband, my son, and I, our jaws just dropped hearing that word in conversation. And we had to tell this person who's not local, look, maybe culturally for you. And he said to me, well, they talk about themselves like that.
Sí, pero that's
And I said, well, that's
themselves.
different. That's different. You can't, because he's not from here, so he didn't really know. I think he genuinely didn't know that was a kind of a bad word. You see? Me cayó fatal. Escucharlo, no sé, it's just that
Está
word.
bien, pero una cosa es de que una persona
I don't
lo
see-
esté hablando públicamente, que at the end of the day, aunque está feísimo, allá él si quiere que le partan la boca, ¿qué quiere que te diga? Pero de quitarlo a piece of literature? No. What else are we going to change?
You see,
What else are we
I
going to
wouldn't
change?
Change things like, I don't know, calling like all the things in the road dial, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because I don't think they're that bad.
Ah, no?
No.
Con toda la gente que hay con anorexia,
Sí, pero-
eating disorders, ¿no? Chiquilla, ¿por qué uno sí y uno no?
No sé.
You can't pick and choose.
Maybe you're right.
You can't
Well,
pick
I
and
want to
choose
know your
because what
opinion.
is
I
important.
would have like a
to-
line where you draw the line at something, and maybe that word, which offends me.
I
but-
leave it there to whoever wants to access it or not. Pero no lo quite. Porque entonces ya estamos hablando de otra cosa. Por ejemplo, let's go back to the ultimate topic. Lo de abortion. Tú no quieres, no lo hagas. Pero no impida al resto de las personas. Entonces es lo mismo. Nadie te está obligando a coger el libro de Enid Blyton.
Por ejemplo, yo no sabía que Enid Blyton tenía este libro, me lo explicó todo mi primo, que este libro y que there'd been a lot of debate, the road dial thing came out in all the papers and it was quite out there, but the Enid Blyton thing wasn't so out there, but he told me, and I think at some point you should draw the line, although I don't really agree that you should change all the things in the Roald Dahl books.
Okay, why
But
should the
because maybe-
author be punished for doing something that at the time was considered to be, even though it's not, more acceptable?
Yeah. Well, obviously he thought it was acceptable if he called his dog that.
¿Vale? So, ¿por qué hay que castigarle? Cuando esa persona no vivía ahora.
¿Qué pensará Wright? El Roald Dahl, ¿qué es lo que dijo? Was he willing to change it and then, did he say que no?
Roald Dahl is dead, ¿no?
Oh, is he?
Sí, hombre. Sí, el abuelo de Sophie Dahl.
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
Really?
I think so.
Alexa. Have we got Alexa?
Ay, no, ya no le hable porque están pepina y
Alexa.
va a salir algunos... No,
No? Hey
Espérate.
Siri, is Roald Dahl dead?
no, Siri no te hace caso.
No, because we're recording.
A ver, le voy a preguntar a Alexa. No me va a contestar bien. No me traga. Alexa. No me hace caso, espérate.
Have you got her switched on?
Sí, hombre. Pero a mí no me traga. Alexa. Is Roald Dahl dead?
Anda. Where? He was died in 1990.
En 1990 era muerto o no muertísimo.
Okay, he's a long time dead.
¿No?
30 years. I thought he was still alive. Why did I think he was still
I
alive?
don't know.
Anyway,
Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl le da igual ya.
so
I wonder what Sophie Dahl thinks. That should be interesting to look at. La nieta.
I have to look it up.
Anyway,
Anyway, so we know what you think on that.
yo sí. Yo live and let live.
Hasta que te toquen mis mismos.
No, pero si me tocan, then it's up to me to decide whether I want to partake
Or not.
or not. Pero lo que no
But
puedo
don't you
decir
think-
es,
don't you
a mí
think-
me molesta
Pero espérate,
y
don't
tú
you
no
think
puedes.
You should protect children from certain things.
Of course. And what do you want me to protect them from words?
If you
I'm not
can
going to
help it,
protect them
maybe.
from... No, why? That's just shielding them.
Maybe.
I'm a firm believer in looking at things realistically. Y que sepan lo que ocurre en el mundo. No todo, ¿vale? Pero algo así. Yo quiero que ellos sepan que esa palabra no está bien. Por si algún día, por ejemplo, tienen una amistad de no hablarle así, o de defenderlo, o de educar a otra persona de decir, no, that's not okay. Yo lo que no quiero que después me vengan hoy y me digan, oh, I got in trouble because I said the N-word and I didn't know what it meant. No.
Interesting. One thing that I wanted to say to you as well was about passports being stamped. So I've seen a lot on
Yeah.
social media about crossing over. Oh, today they're stamping passports
Yeah.
and today they're not.
No. What's been happening is, te voy a explicar, porque ya sé por dónde va tú. The stamping has been when you are, when they see that you are going to be on holiday. ¿Vale?
How do they know if you're going on holiday? If you have suitcases in the car.
Han estado preguntando, basically.
Ah.
When I was diverted to Málaga, cuando yo me bajé del
Ah,
avión,
yeah.
I had to be stamped.
Of course. I went to Morocco.
Exactly.
I had to leave Spain to go to Morocco. My passport was stamped. When I got to Morocco, my passport was stamped back when I came back into Spain. And then I
Entonces-
had to stamp when I came back into Jib because I was from Spain to Jib and I was coming
Ahí
into
está.
Jib,
Pero
Spain.
de la misma manera,
out of Spain.
y de la misma manera, if we are required to only be able to stay in the EU for X amount of days, if they don't stamp the passport, how do they know? Entonces, ellos no son tontos. Ellos sabían que la semana pasada era fiesta
Y que
de...
estaba todo el mundo yendo para allá.
Oh, claro.
So where were they stamping? At the border here?
Claro, ¿a dónde lo van a hacer?
No, in Malaga Airport. So if you
No,
fly...
Malaga Airport is different. This
If you
was people
fly-
complaining about the frontier.
Oh, here in Jib.
Malaga
okay.
Airport is a
Okay,
certain-
So tell me something else, right? We are out of the EU. So we should have our passport stamped as we cross the border into the EU every day.
Lo que pasa es que that's the whole point
So we have a special agreement at the moment,
at the moment.
with our red ID cards and our passports. We don't get stamped, but only because they are Spain is allowing us to do that,
Right.
and they have a special thing.
Bueno, Spain o the
But-
EU, no?
or
No
the
sé.
EU, whatever.
Sí, no sé.
But really,
It might change.
but really, what should be happening is that our passports should be stamped, no?
Yes. ¿Qué te pasa?
Feels really weird.
It is gonna feel really weird. They are weird.
You need help.
Okay. Basically, the way that I see it is de que yo creo que in our case, because the border is so close, pues, entonces lo lógico es de que se tenga que pasar más a menudo. So maybe in our case, it cannot apply like in other countries.
Okay.
Porque, por ejemplo, la frontera, por decir, porque yo no entiendo de esas cosas eso, pero vamos a decir que entre, which is not the case, pero vamos a decir que entre Francia y España, la frontera de las montañas, de los Pirineos, whatever it's called, ahí no es como aquí, I think anyway, because I haven't been, pero ahí no es como aquí que tú a lo mejor coges y tú dices, voy un momento a la línea.
No.
Allí a lo mejor it's
But bueno,
different.
but this is beside what you're saying is beside the point. What I'm saying is that people are complaining about having passports stamped
Sí.
when actually we should be grateful
Sí,
that
people
we
are
don't have to
complaining.
have our passports stamped
Mira,
because in theory we're not part of the EU
Cuando yo
and
vi
we
el
should
post,
have our
cuando
passports
yo vi el
stamped.
post, yo pensé, ya están dando por saco. Qué pesados son, para arriba y para abajo. Pero después, when you sit down, and maybe you talk to other people, which I did, y te pones a pensar, tú dices, no, coño, ¿verdad? No tienen que ser stamping.
Claro.
Lo que pasa que es lo que te estoy hablando, de que porque it's so much more frequent, entonces... The reality is de que it's not sustainable porque no podemos estar pidiendo un pasaporte cada 5 minutos.
No,
Eso es lo que el problema.
but this could be something that they enforce and we're going to have to do.
Yeah. And,
So
and many
people
other
complain.
things.
People I think complain about everything.
Everything.
Um,
Everything.
do you think we're a bit excited as a
Heavy.
community?
Sometimes,
I
yes.
think we've had this conversation
Yes, yes, we have. Somos muy pesados, no nos gusta que nos cambien las cosas y la verdad es que también algunas veces la queja, como te digo, a mí algunas veces me da vergüenza porque pienso, por favor, con
It's
la
a
de
bit-
sitio que hay, que están super oppressed, de verdad.
before. See, es que I saw that and
Y
I just thought,
yo me voy a enfadar porque tengo que
No, I
estar
just thought it
una
seemed-
hora y media en cola
Sí.
en mi Mercedes,
yeah,
Vamos a ver.
mi Range Rover top
en
of
mi
the
Range
range.
Rover top of the range.
Ya.
Que how awful.
Yeah.
How awful. Y el otro día vi un poquito de un documentary de Ukraine, de la guerra, que una reportera española went to Ukraine and spoke to a couple of people y esos 5 minutos,
Sí, te pone
5
mala.
minutos was horrendous.
Bueno, yo vi, aparte de ver a una mujer dar a luz y que alguien sacó el baby y que the umbilical cord was still attached, they cut it and she was dead. And they saved the baby.
Oh.
And the baby's now been adopted by his aunt and uncle and and the baby was taken alive. The baby was bruised and battered but survived. Something unbelievable. I mean, I had that all day. You can see the umbilical cord. It's horrendous. There was another family, a dad, a mum, and 2 kids who were stuck under the rubble, and they were all alive. And the 4 of them were looking at each other. They couldn't move, and they had their phones, and they were able to lift their phones, right? And they recorded saying, "Look, if anyone ever finds this film, please let it be the last legacy. We've raised X amount of money for charity. If you find the money, I want you to give this to this, that to
Por
that."
eso es lo que estamos pensando en
And they
su
were-
posible último momento.
And they survived. I don't know if they found the money.
Y después estamos nosotros diciendo, hay que ver,
It just-
6 horas
it
esperando en
just
A&E.
makes everything.
Oh. Ay, hambre.
Yeah, it just makes everything just. You need to just step back and look at what we have. Really, we're very lucky. Beautiful day
Por
today.
favor.
An amazing view in this house.
Sí,
I
la
love
verdad,
it.
la verdad que sí.
You live right at the top. We'll have a little look now before we go. Heidi Jeffries wrote to me.
Esta mañana, David.
Heidi, she loves the show. She loved the banter with Kenneth last week, the week before last.
Pues
and you were with him last night at City Pulse.
Por eso te digo, I spoke to her this morning, me la encontré en la gasolinera because I went to buy milk. Y estábamos hablando de el ban o bloco este que han puesto en Morrison's and in UK, donde you can only buy a certain number of
Vegetables?
vegetables.
Really?
Yes.
They've done that here?
Yes.
Oh, I've been away, I didn't know.
Y es como digo yo, digo, pero si la tienda está media vacía, ¿ahora qué? ¿Tampoco vamos a poder comprar lo que queremos? ¿Qué vamos a comer? ¿Qué vamos a comer?
Are you with them or not?
I am and I'm not.
Okay.
¿Vale? Pero esto ya es aparte, esto es lo de la comida. Y se lo dije, le digo, nos vamos a quedar para el verano, porque no vamos a poder comer nada.
There are other places to go and buy.
Pero que that's the thing, this ban, which is supposedly, o ban on
But what is it a ban on? On tomatoes and turnips?
algo en particular, pepe, cucumbers o yo que sé qué,
No, I think
nada más que
it's-
te puede comprar alguno. And apparently it's related to the fact de que hay shortage
In Europe.
porque el tiempo ha estado muy mal,
And they're all blaming Brexit, no?
¿vale? Pero Eroski tiene fruta y verdura, so I don't understand. Y es como dije yo anoche en City Pulse, o como dice Kevin, City Pulse, no puedo decirlo.
City Pulse.
City Pulse. La gente en Canadá cuando hay todo esto de nieve que no comen. This is stupid.
They must have greenhouses somewhere. Growing them. Yeah, so what, I don't know what the problem
Vamos dejando
exactly
de- I
is.
think it's economical. I think que algo pasa. I think que estarán poniendo pega.
And let's blame Brexit.
And let's blame Brexit.
Because it's the easy way out, no?
Brexit.
Yeah. I've noticed a few buildings as I've walked up and down Main Street and around Jib that are really dilapidated. We've had this conversation a few times. The one that struck out was the Chronicle building by the Garrison
Sí,
Library.
qué pena.
It's such a beautiful entrance. It says Chronicle, Gibraltar Chronicle on the front. It looks really shabby. No, there are other areas around as well. In Main Street, you just have to look up as you go up the streets.
Lo que pasa es que sometimes with places like that, you don't know the story. You don't know si alguien lo tiene.
No, claro.
O si está pendiente de que lo saquen a tienda, es
Claro.
que no se sabe.
Sí.
Algunas veces es un building que lleva una pila de años y están tratando y no llegan a sacar lo que quieren o a coger lo que quieren, porque apparently, obviously it's all about money and all that.
Yeah.
So porque hay veces que yo diría, ay, ¿por qué no hacen esto y eso aquí? Y a lo mejor alguien me dice que va, eso lleva años, eso es de tal y tal. Hace poco salió una tienda en Main Street y dicen, esta tienda, ¿por qué lleva tanto tiempo? Y del tirón salieron una pila de gente diciendo, porque los dueños piden una barbaridad. Y tú dices,
¿Qué puede pasar? But you're Main
que
Street.
tú has en
As
la
a-
calle pensamos, ay, qué pena.
Having a house in Main Street, you have to. We were told one day because there are inspectors that walk up and down, and they said, look, your building's a little dilapidated. You need to fix it, which is why we had to do it as owners of an apartment there. And there are other places that are falling to bits. I mean, surely if we were told, surely they are told. I don't know.
Sí,
I mean,
pero
some of them are really bad.
Maybe después the follow-up
Doesn't look
is
done on it.
lacking.
I just feel in general that Jim doesn't look great.
Porque, por ejemplo, tú ves todas estas personas que deben rent.
Sí,
Yo...
que deben rent. ¿A quién? ¿Pero a qué? ¿Al gobierno?
Sí,
dices tú?
por ejemplo, la casa de gobierno, ¿no? Y
Sí.
apparently there's always been in
Rent
news.
arrears, ¿no?
Y tú dices, bueno, pero cuando you see some of what some people own, tú dices, ¿cómo puede ser? Eso en otro país, la gente estaría en la calle. Obviously, Jeep es más chico, y claro, el momento que tú pones a alguien en la calle, ya obviously it becomes a really big deal and people rally around y todo eso, so I understand that it's a lot harder. Pero que yo creo que unas veces, porque aquí es más chico, I think that a lot of things are very hard to enforce. Porque yo te conozco de toda la vida, dame cuartel, no sé qué,
Yes.
o hay que ver,
And everybody-
o no le voy a decir
No, no,
nada
no.
porque este es el suegro del primo de yo que sé qué. It's so difficult
Yeah.
that when it's somebody is just somebody you don't know their story, no te afecta, con que tú dices, oh, sorry, fuera.
I just despair a little bit with all these new buildings that they want to build, which are all like high-rise and modern. And
we talked about that yesterday, porque ha salido el nuevo ese.
see, that's right.
And we talked about it. Y
I haven't seen the program
apparently,
yet.
Janet Howard salió diciendo que, mira, que si if this is the way to go, con tantos buildings y todo eso en el Devil's Tower Road area, que al menos hagan un poco de, como de planning, de forward planning, ¿no? Vamos a ver.
Don't they do that? We should ask someone. Maybe we should invite somebody to talk to us about buildings in Jib. What else have I got here? How are we doing for time?
Regular.
Okay, one last thing.
Venga.
Yeah?
Venga.
Going up the rock without your ID card. So somebody that I know, very close to me.
I know who it is porque me dio el ranch there.
Walked up the rock without his ID card and was stopped by a certain, security person at one of the posts. I think it was by the Moorish Castle, I may be wrong.
No, ese no era.
With somebody, and he asked him his name, actually foreign name, I don't want to say either, but he said, sorry, you can't go up or you have to pay. He said, what do you mean? Soy Janito, le dijo, yo soy de aquí y quiero ir a Med Steps y voy a entrar por aquí porque yo puedo. Y le dijo el security guard que no. Y le dijo, this person said, please call your superior, I want to speak to them.
Bueno.
When the superior came on, the superior apologized and said,
Sí.
of course you can go up.
Ok, pero es que ya te veo de venir, pero
Okay.
a 3 leguas te veo de venir. Why is it wrong?
Okay, it's wrong because he's Gibraltarian.
How does he know?
He didn't have, well, because, well, I don't know, but he's Gibraltarian, maybe habló llanito, yo qué sé.
Is that
y
the
vivo tal,
baseline?
look in the book, no sé,
Is that
o
the
llama,
baseline to show that you are
I don't
Gibraltarian?
know.
Porque yo tengo un amigo que es inglés y habla como un llanito 100%. ¿Ahora qué pasa?
No sé.
Venga ya.
Es inglés, pero tiene connections en
It doesn't
Gibraltar.
matter. If the requirement... Es que yo esto lo vivo todos los días, ¿vale? Todos los días yo tengo que pedir ID. Y la gente me dice, por Dios. Bueno, ¿y si alguien viene y quiere coger algo tuyo y yo no le pido el ID? You'd be up in arms.
Yes.
Vale.
But it's
Igualmente, why?
We're talking about financial things where you work.
Sí.
Money.
Yes.
We're talking about going up the rock.
Going up the rock, que para los que no
Most
son
people-
llanitos tienen
okay,
que pagar.
so most
It's
people
£15.
might have their ID. I go with it. I have it, or I have a photo of it. But this person didn't have a photo
Well,
of
he
it on
should
his
have had
phone.
it.
He didn't have a photo on it on his phone, which is the way you can prove, which is how most people do it, or a driving license,
pero
or
this
some
person that you
documentation.
insist on saying
no,
this
I don't want to
person-
say it because he doesn't want me. Probably won't want me
Fine,
to know.
pero any person would sit there y si viniera un extranjero le diría, ¿por qué no le pediste el ID? Venga
no sé,
ya.
No sé.
Esto
Yo estaba en una- mira.
es lo típico de siempre. El automatic assumption that we should be exempt. And we do not have to be exempt.
Well, but it's not about being exempt, Dav. He was going for a walk up the rock.
yes, and he forgot what is required to go up the
there
rock.
are many ways to prove that you're Gibraltarian.
How?
Well, by saying, look, call my house. Call,
Pero tú te
call,
crees.
look in the book.
Pero tú te crees que es security, pero tú no, tú estás chala, me lo juro, ¿eh?
Yo voy up the rock y a mí un security guard no me deja de subir al monte porque a mí me da la gana en un domingo y no me he traído mi ID y no me gusta.
Oh, me encanta. I love it. I love it.
Doing it to wind you up.
Of course you are. No puedo, ¿eh? Me está fundiendo heavy shit.
Bueno, good. Ya está. We're
Ya
done,
está.
¿no?
Yo creo que sí, ya
Have
no
we
puedo,
done
ya-
half an hour?
ya te voy a pegar
No
esto.
sé, no
Sí,
me va a
no,
pegar.
mira.
Porque después te quejas que te hacen banning en Facebook y te hacen banning en sitio por decir shalaura de esa. We are about positivity. No tiene tú un sign por un lado que dice positive,
Ahora mismo,
happy vibes
ahora
and all
mismo
that.
como coger sign.
Quiero hacer una cosa.
Te voy a
Before we
pegar
go,
una
¿vale?
sign.
Before we go.
¿Qué va a ser?
I want to show everybody
Oh.
with this camera. So Charlie, when you edit, please have a look at the incredible Lego.
digo lo que es?
Isn't it amazing?
Te digo lo que son.
Yeah.
Mira.
I love this. Is my favorite one.
Mira,
This
este.
must have cost you a fortune.
This is a toy shop. Vale, this is a bonsai tree. This is Boutique Hotel. Etel Police Station, which is from the same era as the hotel. Etel Diner.
Oh, that's the diner is unbelievable. Show me
Etel El Bookstore.
the thing where he's sitting in. Is there like a What was the thing with the... Is it a post office que está como attached al lado, que tiene como little...
No, yo sé lo
What
que
was
tú
it?
dices, yo sé lo que tú dices. El police station tiene el puestecito de los periódicos y los donuts para los policías. Y también está el donut shop aquí. Then, after the bookstore, we have Assembly Square, que tiene el coffee shop, el florist y el cake shop, que aquí hay una tarta de boda. Y después aquí está el corner garage. Y I'm doing the treehouse now.
Wow.
Que este es uno de los flats del treehouse. Mira que chulo, mira la cama. La
So
mesita,
cool.
mira el dresser. Es una monería, no puedo.
Wow.
No puedo.
Bueno, from Dav and I, see you next week.
Ahora
Ciao.
le voy a pegar.